Hey everybody, Derek Christensen here. I am an estate planning and probate attorney in Dallas, Texas. Today I wanted to talk to you about the protections you get as a spouse under the laws of probate and estate planning in Texas. But before I dive into that, I wanted to let you know how to reach out to me. You can email me directly, Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at legionlawpllc.com, or you can find me on my website, www.legionlawpllc.com. So with that, let's dive right in. There's a lot. Texas is very, very pro-spouse. It is a community property state, which means that the spouses, all assets acquired during the marriage are split usually half and half in estate planning. There are some particular circumstances where that's not the case, but community property is what that's called, all property acquired during the marriage. And this property is fiercely defended under the Texas Constitution and Texas laws. So, more specifically, you are entitled to at least half of everything whenever your partner passes away. Now, they can do whatever they want with their half, but you will receive at least half. Now, granted, most of the times the spouse gives you their half as well, but if they were to give their half to someone else, and that includes certain assets called exempt assets, then you are entitled to keep those assets until you forfeit them, or you're entitled to live in them until you die, essentially. So you get what's called a life estate in your homestead, which means that you are allowed to live there even if your husband gave away half the house to the secretary he was cheating on you with and you had no idea, and all of a sudden you find out. You will have that conflict, you'll have 50-50, but at least you'll be able to live inside your house. That secretary can't kick you out, she can't evacuate you, kick you out, essentially, and you'll be okay. Granted, you'll have plenty of other emotional things to go through, but at least on the living situation, you'll be fine. Additionally, there are other exempt properties out there. It's a long list. I could go through it, but these laws were written as an interesting fun fact back in the 1840s when Texas first became independent. So you literally will not have, or you'll have these exempt assets, which will include your homestead, a couple of vehicles, some firearms, so go Texas, I guess, some sheep, the family Bible, goats, I think a couple cows, if I'm not mistaken. There's literally livestock that are exempt in there as well, in addition to obviously more important assets such as, I think, a certain cash amount, vehicles, a house. There's a very specific criteria. So you want to double check if you have your spouse pass away and you're worried about a creditor, like a bank, credit card company, mortgage company trying to steal the house from you, trying to take your car back, trying to make you pay up for certain debts and you don't have enough money. You should certainly talk to an estate planning attorney, because these exempt properties are yours if you are a spouse under Texas law. So as long as you're married at the time of that other person passing away, your spouse passing away, you will have the rights to be protected under Texas law. And it is unequivocal. It is very strong. Like I said, it's very pro-spouse, because, if you have a house, if you have a car, you have a certain cash amount and your Bible, then, what else do you need really in life? So obviously the more you get, if you went beyond that and you started making more money, that money might actually go towards your debts that you still owe and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, your base foundation is set in estate planning if you are married, and that's protected by the Texas Constitution. So again, make sure A, that you're married by the time somebody passes away, and B, I would strongly encourage you talking to an estate planning attorney if you have these concerns of somebody taking your house, vehicle, important assets. See what you can actually keep, and even if the will says the guns go to the secretary, then you can say, no, I'm actually keeping the amount that I'm allowed to keep under Texas law. Same with the house, cars, everything else I just mentioned. So feel free to reach out if you have any other questions on that front. Texas, like I said, it's a great place to be married. Texas really does want to protect the family unit, plus they really do not want a newly widowed woman to be a burden on the state and take taxpayer dollars. That's kind of the sad truth, to be honest. But it's slightly sexist in its original thought behind it, but at the end of the day, it provides some pretty sweet benefits. So capitalize on those benefits. Absolutely do not let the secretary take everything. And make sure that you, like I said, talk to an estate planning attorney, figure it out. So you can find me in my email, Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at legionlawplc.com, or you can go onto my website, go to the Contact Us page, and schedule a free consultation over the phone directly onto my calendar at www.legionlawplc.com. So with that, thanks so much and have a great day.